Hi everyone, it's Ayesha here from godfm, and I want to talk about my day today. I've come to the conclusion that if nobody will recognize the crimes that are being committed against the public, then somebody needs to raise awareness of the safety measures that aren't being taken, the regulators that aren't in place for the everyday usage of appliances, utilities, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AI, nanotechnology. There's no regulators for a lot of these things, and in most cases, well, in every case, the regulator is the company rolling out the new technology, and the nanotechnology that's being put in the water and in the food, the fertilizer, as I say, that's something else I'll be looking at. I'm making phone calls now for the crimes I'm recognizing that are being committed against people. I'll be phoning up the fertilizer companies and I'll ask them what's inside the fertilizer. Then I'm going to find out who regulates fertilizer. And I'm going to find out from the government why human beings are ground up and used in our fertilizer. I'm also going to find out what's in our petrol and diesel and what it's made from, because I think it's human beings. I mean, if you want to make me out to be a crazy person and terrorize me in my home and break in and take over my telephone number and gas me to death and try and take over my body, my mind and my soul through gassing me and putting weird stuff in my food and water, yeah, you can expect for me to sing and dance and shout and scream about it. But not only that, I have to do this for the rest of the world. I have to, as a broadcaster, a news reporter, contact these organizations and find out whether they know what they're doing. And if they don't, we need to hold them to account as a people together. We're fighting a system that intends and plans and is already culling all living things, including plants and trees, animals and people. They have told us that they will cull us down to 500 million this year from wherever we are with the millions or billions of people that we have here. And it's already happening. I'm a victim of gang stalking. This is one of the ways that they're eliminating people. They terrify and terrorize and harass and stalk and break in, poison, and basically try and steal your mind, consciousness and soul, but any bit of happiness, hijacking any relationship, communication, basically cloning you and your identity. To make your life so unpleasant that you want to kill yourself every day. It's not a life. For me, anyway. And now I just basically treat my life as I'm in a holding pen. Everything that I ever held dear has been taken from me. Nothing is important to me apart from keeping my soul and body and mind and my freedom, and being able to worship God and have my own mind and thoughts and be able to say what I think, and to raise awareness of what's happening to everyday people. But the stuff that's happening to gang-stalked victims like me, it's very hard to comprehend unless you're going through it. It's unbelievable, actually. It's true. But the elements that are being utilized to make somebody a targeted individual, the gang stalking whole operation is multifaceted and incorporates various elements of everyday things, including water, food, gassing, hacking, stalking, home invasions, and Then we've got to look at the technology to cook you alive in your home. Nobody's regulating any of this. Nobody regulates AI. Nobody regulates nano. Nobody regulates Wi-Fi. Nobody regulates Bluetooth. Nobody regulates anything. There's no regulator to verify that the telephone mast for my telephone provider is in fact my telephone mast for my provider, not some child-eating, blood-drinking psychopath who's spoofing my Wi-Fi. There's no way to establish if I'm connecting to my own network or if I'm connecting to my own Wi-Fi without being a complete cyber expert. The police won't assist victims of cybercrime either, or gang stalking. It totally amazes me, actually, that a phone call to the police saying that somebody is breaking into your home, they're meddling with your electrics, and they're hacking and stalking you. You can't get into your emails. Your phone number keeps getting taken over. It's so unbelievable. You see, I actually think the police do know, and they do believe. But they've been paid off to shut their mouths because they're aware that this is a rollout of this system. And that is to lock you all in 15-minute cities and you will eat bugs and own nothing. And that's where we're going. And truth speakers are put on the list of gang stalking. And if you find out that you're gang stalked, you'll probably find that you've always been watched all your life. And every part of your life has been controlled. Every relationship is intercepted, any workplace, etc., etc., etc. And I, for one, have had a fuck enough of it. Yeah. And I've spoken to so many victims now of gang stalking that, we can't all be having a mass hallucination. So we need to do something about it. We've got to think of our children here. I mean, I spoke to people and they don't really want to know. And that's the trouble. The World Economic Forum and the WHO count on that. They count on the fact that people don't want to know and they don't care. It's only on the internet. Don't believe everything that's written on the internet. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll tell them what we're going to do to them and we'll put it all on the internet. And then when it rolls out and it happens to people, they'll all think that they're crazy and we'll say they're conspiracy theorists, even though we've told them that we can read their minds, we can wipe their minds, we can hijack their minds and give them the brain capacity of a dog, and we can make them purchase intelligence. We've told them this on the internet. But this is a conspiracy theory, even though we told them that we've put nano in the water. But that's conspiracy theory, and nano can't do anything. If you're being hacked, then that's conspiracy as well, because, what have you got to hide? It doesn't matter if you're being watched or stalked, it's for the protection of who you are. No, it's not. If I want to pick my nose and eat it, I want to do it in my own privacy, thank you, and I don't want anyone else seeing it. You know what I'm saying? If I want to have a shower or whatever, I want to do it in private. I don't want to be watched, thanks. And I don't want anyone knowing my conversations and my privacy. No. No, thanks. And I've realized that basically we have no privacy at all. And also the technology for the lights, the Wi-Fi, and everything is the same technology that's being used on me. So now, I have to spearhead raising awareness and interviewing people in government, regulators, to find out what they're doing. NHS is going to be on the list as well. Hospitals, I'm going to go for it on the interview front. I'm going to see what they've got to say. And I'm going to do it as a gang-stalked individual. And I'm going to say, well, if I'm ringing you up and I'm telling you that I'm a gang-stalked individual, what do you think? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm a crazy person? Do you think I've lost my mind? Because I haven't lost my mind. I know that I have to shield myself from being cooked alive in my home. And this is very difficult to prove. I don't have the technology to assess the ampage of a light that's faced at me and the frequencies and the things like this that are being sent across the airwaves, so that I've got millions and millions of bits of frequency running in my home so that I can't sleep at night, activating the nano that they've put in the water or in my toilet to crawl up my bum. I haven't got a way of finding out who put what wiring in my home, but I know I have got wiring added to my house because I've got live wires when my electricity's off. Last night I switched off my electricity and I came downstairs and the washing machine plug is live. The actual socket on the wall. And the same with behind the cooker. There's something live going on behind my cooker. Live wires. I'm not imagining it. Somebody is running stuff in my home while I'm asleep, and they've rigged it up to torture me. People are pointing lights at my house, and my house is shaking. Laser lights can do that. Laser lights can cut trees down. Frequencies can cook your brain. Frequencies can send cats away. Frequencies can shut dogs up from crying. So, why is it so hard to comprehend that this new technology we're using is being used against innocent civilians by everyday people? Because there's nobody regulating this technology. Well, if you're going to use this technology on me, and you're going to deny that it exists, then I'm going to find out who regulates it. And if there isn't a regulator for laser lights, then there needs to be one. Doesn't there? And if there isn't a regulator for microwave lights, then there needs to be one. And if the people rolling out this technology for 5G are the same people who have put microwave technology to cook people alive with lights and Wi-Fi, all hooked up to CERN, and they're regulators, and they're also rolling it out, then we haven't actually got anybody as an adjudicator to ensure the safety measures are taken for the public. And I'm in agreement with Mark Steele. This technology is dangerous. I must say, though, if I haven't got this stuff inside me, I'm okay. I am okay every day out there. But if they've put this stuff in me, then I have headaches, problems, everything happens. I find it astounding that the water supplier is also the one that does the testing on their own water supply. There's no regulator that's checking the water. Again, they decide to put nano in the water, and there isn't anybody to check the safety measures because they've decided it's safe. But just because they've decided it's safe doesn't mean it's safe. Have we had nanotechnology in the water with humans and animals? Have we assessed the safety of what happens inside a body when you switch a laser light on, and they've got nanotechnology running around their body because someone's poisoned their food with it? Have we checked that? Have we got laboratories that have assessed what happens when you switch on a light, a microwave light or any light, onto nanotechnology? What happens if you heat this nanotechnology up? What happens to a plant if you put this nano all over it, does it die? What happens to an animal if it eats it? How long does it live? Have we checked what is going on? AI. On every radio station, put your smart speaker on, listen to us on your smart speaker. But these smart speakers are talking back to us. They're telling us they're not going to listen to us. And yet we're rolling out digital this and digital that. AI this and AI that. Nano this and nano that. Robots and goodness knows. It's absolutely frightening. But the way I see it, this is a cage, an invisible cage that has been created, and we're all trapped in this cage. And I think, for me, I find it absolutely astounding that this can be rolled out. Everybody's going to be complicit with it. They're all going to shut their mouths. They're not worried about their own families. Police officers, when they get calls, they must get loads of calls from gang stalk victims. They must think to themselves, well, I keep getting calls from these victims. There must be something to it. They can't all be crazy. Also, there must be a spark of interest. I'm just going to check out this gang stalking. And it is my belief the reason they don't want you to call it gang stalking is because it'd be recognized as that. And gang stalking sounds as bad as it is. It's a whole clan of people, a gang, that are hired and paid to destroy somebody's life. And for me, as unbelievable as it sounds, if I was a police officer and I kept getting calls like this, I would be, wow, what's going on? But you see, this is also another reason why I think they try and get rid of all the victims as quickly as possible. Maybe they murder them, through the laser lights. That's what I think. There's only a few victims that I've seen online that have been going through this for more than 20 or 30 years. The rest are quite new victims. And it's not just adults, it's children as well. And their privates are being cooked. Their willies and vaginas, their bums, their insides are being cooked. A microwave is only a microwave because it's a box with a light and a magnet, magnets, and a transformer. But you could take that box off and rewire that and then point that light at someone's house. And it doesn't actually matter where the magnets are or the transformer. That could be hidden in the ground somewhere. And then the wire with the light could be pointed at the person. And it looks just like a normal light, but it cooks them. And this is what I've realized, because I take things apart. And I'm like, wow, this is actually damn effing dangerous. Combined with laser lights, which hold code and instructions. Complicated code and instructions. To do things to people. Yeah. I don't, I'm past caring about anything now. I won't rest until I have justice. I won't rest until these crimes are recognized as crimes, the perpetrators are held to account, and I'm compensated. That's the way I'm going to go with it. I've got nothing to lose now. And so this is my main focus of my career, which is a broadcast of the good news of Jesus. But now it's all about the crimes. And for the victims, it's very frightening. No one understands what's really going on. We don't understand why we've got home invasions. We don't understand why someone's hacking us. We don't understand why our bed is shaking at night. We don't know why everyone's pointing lights at us. We don't know why. There's a smear campaign put on for us. We don't know. We don't understand. But we do really. It's all about God. And this is a hunt down and annihilation of the real children of God. This is the Holocaust, the real Holocaust, that they say happened already. This is where the but the children of God have to flee to safety, because it seems that the whole world's in on this secret to annihilate the real children of God. It does appear as if all our history is a lie. World War I and World War II is all orchestrated. Even our parents are probably part of this reset. And goodness knows who we really are. Everything we know is a lie. I realize now that every part of my life has been controlled. It's human slavery. And it's human trafficking. Now the thing is, if they're going to have a justice system and it's going to appear to be full of justice, then I'm going to take advantage of that to expose all the big loopholes that they've left open of their own criminal justice system, their own regulators. And we have to ask questions. Why is the regulator the same people that rolls out the technology? I mean, it's just stupid, isn't it? It's like the bank robbers robbed the bank and now they regulate the banks. No. And this isn't just bank robbery. This is soul robbery, people robbery. Trafficking people, souls, minds, bodies. And it goes deep. When you wake up to what's going on, you realize how deep this goes. And like I say, when it's happening to you and you're like, wow, there's so many people involved, it's actually really frightening. And then you talk to other victims and they say, yeah, it's the neighbors. And you go, yeah, it's my neighbors too. Well, I'm sorry, but you can't keep that a secret. You can't pretend we're crazy. We're not crazy. And that's why I think, as I say, the police poo-poo it and go, oh, crazy. Not going to talk to you. Not going to. This isn't a crime. You need to prove it's happening to you. And we'll just forget that you ever called us. Move on to victim number 178 that phoned today telling me that the phone has been hacked and they're getting home invasions, because I'm sure there are millions of calls coming through every day. Got rid of another one. Put a log down that one's crazy. Don't let them get any help. You don't want the police officers that are honest to find out that this is a real crime and that this is happening. We'll just put a log down that this one's crazy. That's what I think they do. And you might do that with Joe Average, but you won't do that with me. No, sorry about that. I work for God. And, yeah, I tell the truth. And I have so many interviews with other people. I have so much evidence. And if you want to go, oh, this isn't provable, okay then. Why isn't it provable? I'll tell you why it's not provable. Because there's no regulator. Now, we need to start really checking if the technology we're using is safe. Because there's no regulator for it. That opens a whole new can of worms as far as I'm concerned. And it just goes on and on. You be careful you don't make a fool of God. And I feel like people have tried to make a fool of me. But you won't make a fool of me. You might humiliate me. You might rip everything from me and try and destroy me. That was very good. You've done a good job of that. But I've got nothing left to lose now. Nothing at all. Apart from my reputation. And my reputation goes before me as a truth speaker, a child of God. I've read the Bible. I know who I am. And I trust God that whatever I'm called to do, I'll do it for the Lord. And I'll do it for the people. But I really care about the safety of the people. I worry about the children in the schools with all this technology around them. If this can happen to me, it can happen to anybody, hey? And we've got to ask, why is everything happening so fast? Why? And why is everybody poo-pooed for this kind of crime? Why would so many people join in to terrorize someone? And why would it happen to loads of other people? What is going on? Well, it's some type of reset. And they're in fifth gear, sixth gear with it. They're really going for it. And you know, I mean, I can deal with comments. I can deal with nasty remarks. I can deal with you telling me I'm crazy. Whatever you want to call me, it's fine with me. I don't really care. But if you want to hack me, you want to stalk me, you want to torture me, you're going to make out I'm crazy, then I'm coming for you. And it's not just me coming for you. It's me, my God, my God's angels, and heaven's armies. Because I have the Lord. And I'm going to trust the Lord with all my heart. I believe that I'm a victim of this crime, not because God hates me. God has had to let me really suffer. Really suffer. Because I just don't think I would have taken it seriously unless I had suffered like I have. And this is all for the glory of God. God is the God of the Bible. And He will take someone from nothing and put them on the throne. And that's what I ask God to do with me. Somebody needs to take charge and protect the people from what's coming, what's going on. If we haven't got people who care about us ruling over us, then they're going to plan to kill us all. As they are. Oh, it's going to have to be the people standing up for the children. When you realize that all the leaders are eating people, and there's been all sorts of resets, and children go missing. Millions and millions and millions of children go missing and nobody asks any questions. I'd give up everything. If losing everything means freeing all those children that have been kidnapped. Well, that's fine with me. And I understand Jesus and his sacrifice. He did that to free us all. Yeah. As I say, I won't rest until all of these crimes are exposed, and it really goes right to the top. With technology they won't admit exists, but tell you that it exists on the internet, and they tell you what they're going to do to you. It's laughable. It's actually quite funny. You know, when you talk to people and you say, well, this is what they plan on doing with the lights. They're going to read your mind, wipe your mind. And it is like Men in Black with that little light. I'm going to wipe your mind with your lights. But this is the false light of Christ, not Christ, of the devil. So pretending to be everything that Christ is, this peace deal, but it isn't. It's really going to be horrible. And we have to stand up as a people. Otherwise, it's going to be worse than any horror film. And the worst part about it is it's so hard to convey what's happening and what is happening to lots of people now. All aborted children are tortured while they're still alive to the devil. This is the world we live in. So yeah, you want to come against me? Alright. Make a fool of me? Making me out be crazy? Alright then. I'll bring the whole damn system down. If God's with me, which I think he is. Be with me, Lord. Then I'll take the whole system down. Piece by piece. I won't have to do it myself, because the people will have had enough. I'm sure they will. Either way, it's coming down. It really goes all the way to the top. Heard about wireless electricity? They're already using it. So a lot of this stuff is done through wireless electricity. I've told you about the cows I saw being tortured with the lights, with the lightning coming from the lights. So this is the same technology that they're going to be using on us all. When people's eyes exploded with blood from meningitis, that wasn't meningitis. This is the same technology. You know, the thing is, I say to people about it, and they say, "Oh, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't care. It's all right." But the thing is, do you believe you've got a soul? Would you like to keep it? Do you believe that you've got a consciousness, a mind? Would you like to keep it? What would you do if you woke up and you weren't in this reality anymore and you were stuck in the metaverse because they've hijacked your mind and your consciousness? Then you'd care, wouldn't you? Then you'd be worried. But then it'd be too late because you couldn't do anything because you're not in this reality anymore. That's why we have to do something now. Okay? I hope you're listening. Everything I do is shadow banned. Oh dear. Okay, it's Ayesha from godfm. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as godfm News, godfm New, godfm Radio, godfm Group, and godfm Media. And You can email me admin@godfm.org. No, .godfm.uk. And you can WhatsApp me +44 777 35 777 Have a good day. Think about what I've said. If anybody's got equipment to study the nano, microscopes, if anybody's got cyber expertise for phones, if anybody's got understanding on the 5G countermeasures, contact me, please. I'm really surprised, actually. You know, when you get a computer, you've got antivirus, right? But on phones, you haven't got anything like this. You've got a VPN, but they can hack you even still with that. And it's just ridiculous, it is. People who are going to make phones need to have measures in place to protect their identity. There's got to be all sorts of ramifications with all the laws. Data protection, privacy, security. Exposing people's information to any gang stalking, child-eating, blood-drinking stalker that passes your child on their way back from school, walking home, and then synchronizes their phone and clones your daughter's phone on her way home from school because she's listening to Spotify and a Bluetooth on. This is how easy it is. I can clone any phone. SIM card. Just like that. Bluetooth. And I wouldn't believe it, but I ended up doing it with my own phones by mistake. And every phone I backed up to the computer of my backup was replicated, and everything I did on the other phones was exactly the same as the original phone. The same thing happened on all the other phones. If I went on Safari, they all went on Safari. If I went on WhatsApp, they all went on WhatsApp. If I went on Telegram, they all went on Telegram. If I went on TikTok, this phone would go on TikTok. Do the same, everything. Same page, same people, it'd land on the same pages. YouTube, the same. I've worked out that everything is so unsafe. All of our technology is so unsafe and so hackable. It really is. There's nothing in place to protect the public at all. And nothing in place to protect your children. Because what I did on the computer can be done with a Bluetooth. Just like that. And I'm not skilled. Okay. All right then. Have a great day. It's Ayesha from godfm. Take care.